What are some of the most important questions you're asking yourself when you're developing a story idea?
I think who my audience is, is the story interesting enough? Usually for my horror stuff, it's like, is there enough stuff in here to care about the characters, but am I also coming up with enough scares that we haven't seen before? Those are the kind of things that I ask myself. Like, it's interesting because I love doing it, and I've done it for so long that it's definitely, it's not easy work at all. Like, because people don't understand, like, again, especially when you're threading a script together and dissecting it and making sure that everything kind of lines up in pieces together. You want to put your best foot forward, but you also realize that a lot of times that once you sell the script and it's out of your hands, a lot of that stuff just goes out the window. So that's why I'm not as harsh when I see a movie. I reserve judgment on the writer until I read the actual screenplay, because you just never know what changes from page to screen. But for me, it's usually, especially because it's always horror films, it's like, do I think this is going to strike a chord with people? Like, Final Destination dealt with death, which is kind of a universal fear. So I try to think of concepts that will tap into something will reach a wide audience. I'm not going to lie about that. Like, I do try to, you want to hit as many people as you can, I think, with your concept. But that's what I love about the horror genre. I think themes are, the fears that we have, most people are universal fears that aren't, regulated to like one region or one part of the world or any, I think we all kind of have the same fears deep down. So that's the thing I think I love about horror, is you can kind of tackle a whole bunch of different kind of stories and still have it play well around the world.
I like how you use the analogy of it's like knitting, and that if you, let's suppose you're knitting or crocheting something, and then you just pull one little string here, that it can really affect the whole, like, sweater or whatever.
Right. And a lot of people don't realize that especially when they give you notes, they'll like, I know at one time I had a project where a director came in and the producers are like, they're like, we think he's full of shit, but we're going to give him a shot directing, because he directed a couple things before. But his pitch, he kind of came in and he had an opening scene that was, because the whole movie built around this plot twist about these characters not knowing each other. And his opening scene was basically, it was very clear these characters knew each other. And so, my first meeting with him, I was like, well, I was trying to be very diplomatic. I'm like, well, how do you propose that we do that opening scene so that we don't spoil the fact that they know each other? Because that's kind of the whole twist of the script. And it was one of those, well, you're the writer, you figure it out. And so it's like, okay, that's like I will spoil the end of Usual Suspects if you haven't seen the, but that's like going, pretend that's, Kevin Spacey didn't make it all up and Kaiser Sose is a real person. But you're like, but the whole point of the movie is and then they're like, the end of The Sixth Sense. It's like, well, pretend Bruce Willis is like a real person and not a guy. You know what I'm saying? So, when they come to do something like that, it's a little, they obviously don't understand. Like, you're taking the core of what makes this movie, like the core mystery, and you're giving it away at the beginning, so it's going to change the whole movie. And then they're just like, you'll figure it out. So it just shows a certain level of not understanding about, how much thought you do need to actually put into a good screenplay.